This part was prepared by the University of Milano Bicocca in Italy. Module 1. Information on Children's Rights and Protection. Topic, Aim, Structure of the module, Training Goals, Expected Outcomes, Tips to approach the module. Hello, my name is Elif Körpe and I am one of the researchers of DeepChip project. Welcome to the first module of this training. This is the beginning of the course and our aim is to share with you some main points on the protection of children and their fundamental rights. Do you know children have specific rights? How could you define an environment as safe for a child? On the other hand, when a child is in danger, how many and which typologies of violence against children do you know? How could you recognize a sign of violence against a child? Which are the most important prevention tools? These are some questions that in this module we will address. In this section, we will share various types of information about children's rights and protection of violence against children from different sources, documents from the United Nations, the World Health Organization, legislative sources for the member states of the European Union, and international research data. Do not worry, these are important information sources that will help us to better understand and reflect together on the issue of child protection from different points of view. A first form of violence prevention is to know, identify, and use the means and structures that allow children to develop in full respect of their rights. Each state has the primary responsibility for guaranteeing the protection for children's rights with a broad and coordinated view of their development context and the actors involved in them. Violence against children can also take different forms depending on the context in which it occurs. Which forms of violence against children are more open, which are more subtle? There are types of violence that do not necessarily involve physical punishment, such as bullying, emotional abuse, neglect, or witnessing violence. Each of these forms of violence has important short and long-term consequences on children's physical and mental health and their ability to build healthy relationships. For these and other reasons, being able to recognize the signs of violence in a child's life is essential. In this module, you will collect essential elements not only on children's protection from violence and its effects, but also on the roles and responsibilities of the main reference figures who care for them. Finally, we will share with you some information on how and from whom, if necessary, to ask for help and support. In fact, sometimes certain behaviors of children can raise doubts about their possible exposure to a violent situation. Talking to an expert can help to understand what steps to take. Furthermore, all parents can experience particularly complex periods which can be better faced with the right help. Let's give some tips before starting. While watching the videos, try to think about your experience, your everyday life as a parent, and try to think about what the words of the experts mean for you and in your context. Create opportunities to share these topics with your partner, family, or friends to discuss them together. Do not forget that sharing your personal feelings in these issues are important too. If any new questions arise after this module, good! You will find sources for more in-depth information on the main topics covered. Let's get started! Enjoy the video!